Hello, good morning, and welcome back to What's the Word? I'm so excited to be here with you. Look at the beautiful nature behind me. Look at my view in front of me. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm at a park in Western New York that is called the Chattacoyan Park, and it's huge, 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 huge. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's a river all the way through it, and there's trails and stuff. This morning I wanted to do it here because I've been neglecting my show for almost 2 months now, and I'm really, really, really sad. Um, I mentioned about therapy and stuff. Oh, look at the bugs. I mentioned um, that I had to go to therapy, and I wanted to do therapy because it's, somebody to talk to. Well, I now have what I like to call my therapy bag. So I have in my therapy bag that I don't need to talk to anybody but my God, right? So we have our Untethered Soul book, and we have three versions of the Bible. We have the King James Version, the NIV version, and my favorite, because it's so pretty, is my Prentice Bible. I got my mom for Easter a few years before she passed. It is the ICB, which is the International Children's Bible. And I have all my notes and my books, and this is the one that I'd like to work on with you guys, because I feel like the Bible app was awesome, and it still is awesome, and the devotionals are great, but I feel like that needs to be something that we do alone, something that, between me and God. And this as well. I've just been experiencing a lot of mental issues and a lot of uncertainty with life. I mentioned that I lost my kids. I told you that. My oldest is now 20. We had a visit with her, a few visits with her. She came for a weekend with her adopted mom, and it was awesome, minus the little snide remarks that her mom made. My boyfriend was talking to her. They own an $800,000 house, so she says, and she made it seem like she's better than us because she has the $800,000 house, and I have a $7,000 house that needs to be fixed up. She actually didn't even step foot in my house, which is whatever, But my kid loved it. She already picked out her room, and she already told me that she wants to move up here within the next year, by the middle of next year. But I am scared. But I'm leaving everything. I'm trying to leave everything in God's hands, but as a human, it's so hard. It's so hard. No matter how faithful we are to God, it's still very, very hard, like, to know that He's got you, and, because sometimes we see Him and sometimes we don't. I don't know if you watched that new movie. There's a new movie, Noah, out. I don't know, I seen it on Pluto, I believe, and it's awesome. It's awesome. It's not a version of Noah that we would consider. But we just need to know that God is with us, because one of those visits too, we were at the beach in Dunkirk, and my boyfriend decided to get drunk. It was a weekend, it was a Saturday, whatever. They have a bar there, and it was happy hour between 4 and 7, so, whatever, dollar beers or whatever. So he was getting drunk. Apparently the mayor was there. Super cool, whatever. But I had to say goodbye to my kid early at the beach while she was coming to Jamestown. She was coming to Jamestown to say goodbye because her boyfriend lives here too. And I had to say goodbye at the beach because I didn't want, her to see him like that. And she was already seeing him being obnoxious with the people at the cafe or whatever it was. And, I didn't want her to see anymore because he likes to pick fights. I don't like drinking. Because it causes a lot of problems, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, or all all the above. It causes problems. So, I said goodbye to her. And then, went to the car to wait for him. And on our way home, there was a song calling something about a traitor, and he was calling me a traitor or whatever. And so I stopped the car in the middle of the road. I got my kids and I got out. Um, when I got out, we started walking. And I had just gotten finished telling my kids that I don't know what we're doing, how we're getting home. It's a 40-minute drive, and we were walking. We were on the side of the road in Dunkirk, walking. Next thing I know, I seen the white car pulled over. They were throwing trash bags in the trunk, and then this lady came to me and was like, "Hey, my mother doesn't speak English, but she told me twice that God told her to stop, to that I needed her help. That she asked if I needed help, and I broke down. I broke down. I literally cried the whole ride home. I kept thanking her. I was explaining things to her, telling her everything. They were telling me to find the resources, but here's the thing: both of our names are on the deed." And I love him. I want to spend my life with him. I mentioned before that God had told me when I was little that he would be the one. The problem that I'm having is insecurity. Very much insecure because I don't understand the world. I don't understand people. Like I said, I told you my counselor before had said that I want something that I have never had before. And, well, I do. I do. I want somebody who wants me as much as I want them. And I don't want to want them while they're liking naked pictures of people on Facebook when you could be doing that with me. I'm just saying, I'm not going to post pictures of myself, but, it'd be nice to feel like they're attracted to me. You know what I mean? And my man's sexy as hell, and he knows it. And it scares me because his initials are DH, and he likes to call himself Dickhead Danny. And I don't like that. He says that. He likes to talk shit to people, and he calls it talking shit, and I don't like to call it talking shit. I like to call it being disrespectful. So, that's just where we're at. He says that he understands having friends to talk to, when things are rough or whatever, but I don't, because me and him, he had told me something, and then he went and talked to his kid. He went and talked to his kid's mother. He went to talk to his mother, and now he changed his mind. And didn't even tell me that he changed his mind. It's just his actions. His actions are telling me he changed his mind. So, you know what I mean? When you have outside influences in your relationship, it's not gonna work. So, he did post the thing that he wants to walk away today, and it is what it is. If he wants to walk away, he wants to walk away. Like I said, I'm trying to leave my life in God's hands. So what I'm going to do, instead of reading the devotionals off my phone, we're going to read these experiencing God day by day, as much as I can. you know, um, my kid's mother said that she wanted to lifetime commit her because she wants to move here with me, and depression and anxiety runs rampant in our home, in our family. But to me, depression and anxiety runs rampant throughout the whole world. Some people can hide it, some people can't. Some people, they like to cover it up and say things. But the whole reason depression and anxiety runs rampant through the world is because people are cruel to each other. We've learned about um, trauma cells staying stored in your body from your ancestors. So imagine from Jesus' time until now, thousands and thousands of years of pain and suffering. No wonder we're mental. Like, duh. And we're more cruel now than we ever have been. And it's just sad. So, without further ado, I would like to read today's experience of the Bible. But before I do, I wanted to really quick. We are going to just do the one day today's devotional because I get the text in the morning and it was a really good one. And I know it's open street, but it's this one. We have freedom now because Christ made us free. So stand strong, do not change and go back into the slavery of the law. the slavery of the law. What is one way you can acknowledge the freedom Christ has given you? By choosing to praise Him during challenging times, which is, like I said, what I'm doing. By thanking Him often for His sacrifice, I do that all the time. And by sharing His love with others, which is what I'm doing. So, all three, but I want to do this one because it is challenging times. So, freedom in Christ. We're going to save for later. I just wanted to read this. Christ set us free. Because, like I said, we're going through some trying times, and God talks to us in ways that we might not know, we might not see. So, let's get to our day one. Although today, sorry, my feet. Although today, I did mark the dates when I started this on my own. It's not today's date. Like I said, I've been trying to do it every day, and it's not easy when we have issues, you know. So today's devotional is resolution. Let's get it out of the. Maybe that's a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so the verse is John 21:15. Says, when they had eaten breakfast, Jesus asked Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? Jesus has a wonderful way of restoring us when we fail Him. He does not humiliate us. He does not criticize us. He does not ask us to make a resolution to try harder. Rather, He takes us aside and asks us to reaffirm our love for Him. Peter miserably failed his Lord when he fled to the other disciples from the Garden of Gethsemane. Later, he publicly denied that he even knew Jesus. Peter must have wondered if he had been capable of being Jesus' disciple when he was unfaithful to Jesus in his most crucial hour. As you begin a new year, you may be painfully aware that you have failed your Lord in many ways. Perhaps you are not faithful. Perhaps you disobeyed His word to you. Perhaps you denied Him by the way you lived. Jesus will take you aside, as He did Peter. He will not berate you. He will not humiliate you. He will ask you to examine your love for Him. He asked Peter, do you love me? If your answer, like Peter's, is yes, Lord, He will reaffirm. He will for you. If you truly love Him, you will obey Him. John 14:15. Jesus does not need your resolutions, your recommitments, or your promises to try harder this year. If your resolve to obey God last year did not help you to be faithful, it will not make you successful this year. Jesus asks for your love. If you truly love Him, your service for Him in the new year will be of the quality that He desires. That's all I want to do, is trying to give Jesus what He gave me, right? Love and peace and passion. So I'm going to read, I do apologize for that. I am going to read my notes. I have taken notes. So we have, as always, these different versions. We have, I have two on this one. We have the King James B version and the ICB version. It says day 1, John 21:15, King James version. So when they had dined, Jesus saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me no more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs. The ICR version is when they finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? He answered, Yes, Lord, you know that I love you. Jesus said, Take care of my lambs. Resolution. So we have the John 14. If you love me more, keep my commands. If you love me, you will do the things I command. Jesus has a wonderful way of restoring us when we fail him. He takes us aside and asks us to reaffirm our love for him. You may be painfully aware that you have failed your Lord in many ways. He will ask you to examine your love for him. If you truly love him, you will obey him. Jesus asks for your love. And that is day 1. Resolutions. Jesus doesn't want our resolutions. He wants our love. That's it. Do you love me? If you love me, obey me. That's exciting. So I'm glad that I was able to get this done for you today. I'm so excited. I just want to show you something really quick. Oh, you can't see it. It's so peaceful though. Look at God's creation. So our resolution is to not have a resolution, at least for me. Resolution is to not have a resolution and just try to obey God and keep everything in his hands. Live life in his hands and it'll get good. Like I said, he provided me a ride home when I needed it. He's provided everything for me when I needed it. He's got my back. I just have to learn to trust him and not have these fears, because fear holds us back. I've said that before and I will continue to say it. Fear holds us back. And we don't want to hold us back. We don't. We want to be there for each other. So, as always, I hope that you had your I hope that you enjoyed your time with me as much as I enjoyed my time with you. I hope that you enjoyed the beautiful nature behind me, in front of me. It's just awesome and beautiful to know that God created all of this. God created all of us in his likeness. In his likeness. Oh my God, watch that movie Noah on Pluto. Awesome. So, I will try this again tomorrow for our day 2. What is day 2? Day 2 will be Woe is Me. Let's learn about that. I'm so excited. So excited. And also, hope that you were able to read your Untethered Soul. I'm almost halfway through it. Oops, wrong way. I am almost halfway through my book. I encourage you, for sure, to read The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself. Please take the time and read that. And read as many Bibles as you want. As many Bibles. Look, this one is since 2000. Since 2000. And it still looks brand new. And there's lots of highlights. And I've used it a lot. This is the oldest Bible that I've had. And I drew this back in 2000. It's pretty awesome. Love it. See Jesus in the mountains, and I mentioned that before, like I'm in the mountains. Isn't that awesome? I used to love to draw mountains, and now I'm like in the mountains. So excited! Alright, so I'm going to enjoy a little bit more peace here. It's not quiet because they're mowing the lawn across the street, but listening to the birds and the crickets. Alright, my friends, I love you as always. I love you so much. God loves you. And if you need me, I'm here. Remember, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Anchor, whatever you need me, I'm here. I will see you back here tomorrow. I love you so much. Have a great day.